Welcome to the dynamic learning hub of ExcelR at Andheri East. A prime spot conveniently located at just a 5-minute walk from LIC Andheri Metro. In our journey of over a decade, we have proudly trained over 2 lakh students. We have also been recognized by Deloitte, Silicon India, and other accreditation bodies. Experience learning like never before in our spacious and comfortable classrooms. With high-definition projectors and state-of-the-art acoustics in place, we ensure effective learning even to the farthest point in the room. The hybrid mode is a game changer as you can enjoy the benefits of a live classroom from the comfort of your home. Even if you happen to miss any classroom session, you can still attend the same session with the same trainer at the same time at your convenience, maintaining consistency in your learning progress. Want to get started? Join us for a demo or career chat over a cup of coffee at our Andheri branch. ExcelR. We don't just train, we build careers.
Yes, so the collaboration with ExcelR was an excellent one. We conducted a Power BI workshop with Advanced Excel over a span of 3 days. The workshop was almost 12 hours long in total. Mr. Karthik, who was an amazing trainer, helped the students understand the concepts deeply. I am sure that the students will be able to apply these concepts in their careers as well as their daily lives.
The trainer, Mr. Karthik, was an excellent person where he explained in very detailed manner on how to give great insights using very complex data sets.
So it was a machine learning workshop. We learned a lot from the course, and it was a great experience attending the workshop.
The trainer was very helpful. He had a hands-on approach with his teaching, and it was fabulous.
This was a great experience for me. So I would absolutely love it if ExcelR and its team would come again to our campus and conduct more events like this.
It was a great course, and it started from basics and took me to a great extent.
The experience of the workshop was really nice. The feedback from all the students was positive. They understood the concept. The workshop was also practical based with some questions. The experience with ExcelR was very smooth. They helped us in conducting the workshop smoothly, right from the booking of the vendor and deciding the course till the distribution of certificates. In overall, this workshop was a success during our Technical Fest Atmos, and I thank ExcelR for being a part of it.
I was very much interested in learning digital marketing course for a very long period of time, but I don't get a proper platform. So later from our college, I get to know about ExcelR and I enrolled in ExcelR course. It was really good experience. Our course has been taken by Mayur sir, and he was very good teacher. He not only focusing on theory part, he is doing how real digital marketing works, and it was in total very good experience. I get so much of knowledge. Here they're not only focusing on study, they're also conducting different exams to test our knowledge. And as we are giving the exam, so to appreciate our work, they give certificates for the toppers, and along with the certificate they give hampers. Thank you, ExcelR.
Recently, I was searching for digital marketing courses online in Google, and I came across ExcelR, and I attended a digital marketing course which was for 15 days. My mentor Mayur helped me for attending these classes. So he is a very informative and helpful guy. In the course end, there is a exam which I topped, so I came to the ExcelR office in Bengaluru. This digital marketing course has helped my career and my skills to develop, and the certificate has helped my company to join. Thank you, ExcelR.
I came to know about this course from my college. Actually, for learning platform, this is very nice, and I learned from here ChatGPT and AI from online. Because he's teaching for me for AI generative and ChatGPT. We are using this technology in more. And after finishing the courses, I came for collecting the certificate. I seen the classrooms and faculties. Classroom is very nice. After the completion of exam, they will give gift and certificates. Thank you, ExcelR, for giving these courses. I learned a lot from this. I gained the more knowledge from here. And thank you for ExcelR for teaching us.
Hello guys, I'm Vikram Mahajan and I'm studying in Swami Vivekananda Institute of Technology College, and I came across a training program which was mobile app development using Flutter, which was given to us by ExcelR Solutions. I came across this program through my college faculty who told us about this program, that it is a very good course and you should enroll in this course. So I enrolled in this course, and initially I felt really good about this course because they started everything from a very basic point of view, that even if someone who doesn't know anything about Flutter or anything about mobile app development can also learn the same way the ones who know about it are learning. So no student was left behind and everyone was given equal attention. All the doubts throughout the course were cleared. And if we had any questions also, we were like, the trainer was also ready to stay for a longer time than it was scheduled, even for the sake of doubts. So that shows how important the students are to them. So it was a really good experience with ExcelR's program, and by the end of the training program, I was able to develop my own application. And through the development also, there was another point. Yeah, so our sir taught us about how we can connect our own mobile phone to our laptop and write code in our laptop, and you can see the output in your phone. It's just really creative and interesting for me. I felt really good about that. So in the end, I developed my own mobile application. I showed it to my mother, I showed it to my friends. I felt really good about it. So I would really suggest ExcelR. I would recommend it to all my friends to take courses from here, as they focus on the children, focus on the students, and they focus on what's necessary, that is the students' doubts gets cleared and everything else. So today I came down to the ExcelR office to collect my certificate. So I got to know about what other courses ExcelR is offering. It included data analysis, data analyst, social media marketing, and full stack Java, and many more courses which were interesting, and they gave us an insight of how everything happens, and they take you through the course from
Good evening, all. Students, kindly inform your friends to join the session as soon as possible. As we can see here, the participants are very less. So please inform your friends to join the session. We'll start for the day. Murli sir?
Yes, Susmita. Hi.
Yes, sir, you can start.
Yeah, hey guys, good evening. I hope I'm able to everyone. Could you please confirm the chat box? Agrawal is joined or not in the class? I need AWS account credentials. So in last class, we have discussed about Agrawal. Can you share the account details of your AWS account in the chat box to me? See, in last class, we have discussed about what is SonarQube, why is SonarQube, how we can able to use the SonarQube, and also how we can set up a SonarQube server, and also what is Jenkins, why Jenkins, when we have to use the Jenkins. By using the Jenkins, how we can able to automate entire our workflow. See, all these things we have discussed in last class. See, we have set up one pipeline for SonarQube. That means by using the Jenkins pipeline, we have tried to code the code quality of our application by using the Jenkins pipeline. See, in last class we have encountered with one error, that is all about authorization error. That means while creating the project in yesterday's class, I have given wrong token. So that's why we got an error. So today we will create one SonarQube server. We will set up a Jenkins server. Then we will create a pipeline. Then we will run a pipeline. By using the Jenkins pipeline, we can check the code quality of our application. Firstly, we have discussed manually. That means we have cloned the one repository into our local server. Then we have executed our command mvn clean verify sonar. So the command will help whenever you want to check any application code quality by manually. So, but in real time, you should not do any manual interventions. Everything you have to automate your workflow. So that is all about Jenkins. Jenkins only can able to make entire your application workflow automation. So that is the reason only we are going with the Jenkins. So I think Agarwal is not joined. Others, anyone have AWS account? Client, kindly share your account credentials to me in the chat box. Then I can able to log in and I will set up one SonarQube server, one Jenkins server. Anyone have any server? AWS accounts, please. My account got blocked. No one have your AWS account, right? No others. I'm asking about others. Anyone have any account? If you have AWS account, please share the credentials of your account to me. I will use only for this class. Don't bother about. Let me check. Agarwal is not joined. I think Agarwal has account. Vijendra, Nayak, Sophia Ali, Satya, Rajsekhar. Do you have AWS account? Please share with me the details. Yeah, no problem. I got AWS credentials. Just give me a moment. I will log it. I will log into my AWS account. Then I will set up. Just give me a moment. So meanwhile, let me open the documents. So we need a document for setting up a SonarCube server. Yesterday we have used one document. So the same document I will upload in the GitHub repository. From there, you can able to download and set up a SonarCube server. Today topic is yesterday we have struck an Jenkins pipeline. So we will need to resolve the error. So then we will go to Docker. After completion of SonarCube Jenkins pipeline, then we will go to Docker and we will discuss auto scaling also. Let me log in into AWS account. Let me provide password. I'm not sharing screen. Just wait. Give me a moment. I will share my screen. Let me provide password. Copy. Come over here. Password. 4271, that's correct. You can take password is 1 second. Credentials are wrong. No, 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 I'm not sharing screen. Give me a moment. I'm logging into my account. I'm sharing my screen. So we need one SonarQube server, one Jenkins server. Authentication and getting error. Just 1 second. I will recheck. Username is eclahan-tech. That's correct. Password is also. That's correct. 630707427. That's correct. Just 1 second. Let me open new tab. Let me type manually. Eclahan-tech. That's correct. Password is tech2. Okay, I'm getting authentication issue. Just give me a moment. I will get another account. Could you please share anyone have any account, AWS account, please? My account is not working. It's got blocked. If you have AWS account, kindly can you share? It is very helpful to us. Yeah. So look at the screen. I got the account. I'm logged in. Yeah. Look at the screen. Now I'm going to creating two servers. I need two servers. One is for SonarQube, one is for Jenkins. So let me launch one HT instance. Click on the launch HT instance. Let me give a name, SonarQube, firstly. So I told yesterday, for wherever you want to set up a SonarQube server, by using this commands, so whatever I'm using the document, please go with the Amazon Linux operating system only. Now, instance type is please select T2 medium. Let me create a new KPI because of its new account. New -, Sona -25. That's it. PPK format. Click on create KPI. That's it. Now, let me. I am choosing a exiting security group only. Let me provide memory up to 15 GB is enough. Now click launch instance. Click on the launch instances. Now look for your HT instance where it is. Yeah. SonarQube. So this is my HT instance. So let me connect my HT instance. Click on the such client. Come to here. Open the PuTTY server. Appearance. Change. 14. OK. Connection 60 seconds. SSH or credentials. New Sona. That's it. That's it. Now click on accept. So I have connected my into my SonarQube server. SonarQube server. SonarQube server. SonarQube server. So let me become as a root user. That's it. Now you need to update your OS by using the M as a package manager. It's updating. Okay, that's it. Now let me go to the document. So this is my document. So let me set up a Flutter. First, we need to install Java. Come to here, paste it, hit the enter. See, I don't want to explain each step because of yesterday I explained everything. So that's why I'm going little fast for setting up SonarQube server because of we are running late. That's it. Hit the enter. That's it. Now check the Java version by using this command. Come to the Jenkins server, paste it, hit the enter. Hit the enter. Now let me go to the document. Just execute this command. You need to enter OPT directory by using the CD command. Okay, I entered. Now you need to install wget and unzip software because of we are going to installing SonarQube server by using URL. So whenever you want to install any software by using URL, you should use wget. It's a Linux command. So that's it. Hit the enter. See, it is installing. Meanwhile, let me copy unzip command. We need to unzip our document, our file, zip file. See, it's installing, downloading the SonarQube server. It will take 1 minute. Yeah, that's it. If you give ls, you enable to see zip file of SonarQube. Now you need to unzip it. Hit the enter. See, it is unzipping. Now let me go to the document. You need to change the your SonarQube file name as Sonar. Okay, if you give ls, just enter. Yeah, if you give ls, the file name has been changed as a Sonar Cube. Now come to here. We need to create one user for Sonar because of it is not a good practice to run Sonar service as a root user. So that's why we need to create a one customized user. Then you have to give sudo access to your Sonar Cube user. Okay, now you need to open this file, come to the document, copy this command. This command will give sudo access to your Sonar user. So where we should keep this command under the root line only. Inside this file, look for root. Yeah, here it is available. Just paste it under the root. Okay, now Control X, Control Y, hit the enter. That's it. Now come to the document. You need to give some owner and group permissions to your SonarQube server. Then only it will work. So let me give some permissions. Come to the server, paste it, hit the enter. Now come to the document. You need to become as a Sonar user by using this command. Because of we have created one user, right? For Sonar. I become as a Sonar user. Come to the document. You need to execute this command. Copy, come to the document, paste it, hit the enter. Now you need to run your SonarQube server. So by using this command, you can able to start your SonarQube server. Okay, come to the document, paste it, hit the enter. See, it started. It's starting. So SonarQube server started. So before accessing your server, you should open port number 90 inside your security group of server. Okay, then only you can able to access your server. So let me check how many port numbers are available. Yeah. See, it has been opened all port numbers. So not required to open any port numbers. Let's 1 second. Sir, students are not able to join. Susmita, are you there? Some students are not able to join this session. Could you please help on this? Susmita is there. Please try to inform your friends. Please try to click on the right link. Okay. Let us continue. Or else let me share. Check out the chat box. I have provided the joining link. Please share this link with your friends. It will be helpful to your friends. Okay. Now let's me continue our class. Let's share up my screen. Okay. So no need to open any port number for 9000 because of it has opened all port numbers. See, from 0 to 65,535. That means we have currently 65,535 port numbers. So no need to open any specific port number for your registry instance. Directly you can access it. So open the public key, copy the public key IP address of your server. Open the new tab. Just paste it. Mention the port number of your SonarQube server, 9000. It is. See, now I can able to access my SonarQube server. See, default username is admin. Default password is also admin. Default username, admin, password is also admin. So now let me update my password of SonarQube. Please give correct password and you have to remember it. If you forget, there is no option to get it back. That's it. So meanwhile, let me set up a SonarCube Jenkins server also. So let me create another EC2 instance for Jenkins. Yesterday we have discussed. Same, we can able to set up a Jenkins server. Choose Ubuntu OS. For Jenkins, choose Ubuntu OS. For SonarCube, you can choose Amazon Linux. Okay, T2, sorry. Instance type is T2 medium. That's it. Now key pair, I'm using an existing key pair. Where it is my key pair. New key pair, yeah, that's it. Now I'm choosing existing security group only, default one. Where it is, yeah, here it is. I'm giving storage up to 15 GB. Now click on launch instance. Now click on the instances. Do refresh. Look for your Jenkins server. Yeah, here it is. Now let me connect to my Jenkins server. Copy the host name. Come to the putty server. Take a new session. Take new session. Provide it. Appearance. Change. 14. Click. Connection. 60 seconds. Click on SSH, click on Alt, click on credentials, click on browse. Choose your correct key pair. Click on open, click on open, click on accept. That's it. So let me become as a root user. First command you have to execute. Now update your operating system by using this command. That's it. So meanwhile, let me go to the new tab. Look for install Jenkins on Ubuntu. You need to get some commands, right? Click on the Linux, click on the Debian Ubuntu, look for Debian Ubuntu, go with the long-term chart, suppose release only. If you need to go to the, okay, thank you, Agarwal. Okay, so copy these commands. Now copied, come to the Jenkins server, paste it, hit the enter. See, I'm going to, again, I'm telling late joiners, I'm going to setting up here SonarCube server and Jenkins server. Yesterday, we have encountered with one error, right? We are going to resolving that error. So don't bother about. It's installing Jenkins. It is still installing. We need to wait. Yeah, it's done. Now go to the official document. Copy the go to the Java installations. Okay, copy this command because of Jenkins has written in Java language, so that's why Java is the prerequisite for Jenkins. So copy this command, come to the Jenkins server, paste it, hit the enter. See, it is asking, do you want to continue? Type Y, hit the enter. Still it is installing Java. It is installing, progressing. Yeah, that's it. So now check the Java version, Java space --, version. See, it is showing the version, no problem. Now you need to enable your Jenkins server. Slowly scroll down, same document only, copy the enable command, come to the Jenkins server, paste it. So now we have to wait up to around 2-3 minutes because of it will take time to starting your Jenkins server after enabling it. So if you execute the same command, start command, it will throw error. So meanwhile, let me go to the Jenkins SonarCube server. SonarCube server. Let me create a project. Okay, I'm giving Netflix name. Click on the setup. Now go to the locally. Let me change the token name. If you want, you can change your token name, whatever you want. Now click on the generate. So the same token you have to provide inside the Jenkins credentials. So that is the reason only I'm going to, let me remove the old one. This is old one, yesterday's token. Now this is new one. Now come to the SonarCube server. Click on the continue. I copied a proper account. Otherwise it will throw error. Yesterday we got same error only. Okay, now it's copied successfully. Now come to Jenkins SonarCube server. Click on the continue. Choose Maven. That's it. So now go to the Jenkins server. Now execute start command. Okay, we have to wait. Still, it is not starting yet. We have to wait. So meanwhile, let me go to my repository. Let me go to my repository. Search for the repository. Repository is Netflix. Yeah. Okay, that's it. We have set up SonarCube server, Jenkins server, and also we have created a project in SonarCube also. Okay, we have to use this command in pipeline script. This command will help whenever you are going to manual process. Okay, that is the difference you have to remember. Now come to Jenkins server. Now try to start it. Okay, still it is not starting. We have to wait 3 more minutes. Yeah. That's it. Now try to start. No, still it is not starting. It will take around 3-4 minutes for starting it. Now let me execute start command. Let's see what will happen. No, still not started. Let me execute enable command again. That's it. No. Just wait a few more minutes. Now it started. It is still starting. After completing this starting Jenkins, we have to check the status of Jenkins server, whether it is active or not or running. Till it is starting in progressing. Okay, now check the status. What is the command? Just give up arrow, remove the start, just replace status. That's it. Same command you can use. See, it is active and running. Now copy the public IP address of your Jenkins server. Public IP address of your Jenkins server. Open, new tab, paste your IP address. What is the port number of Jenkins? 8080. Hit the end. See, now I can able to access my Jenkins server. So copy this path or location for getting administrator password of your Jenkins. So this is the password. You can use cat command for getting it password. Come to here, paste it, click on continue. Not no. go with first option, install suggested plugins, because of Jenkins knows better than us. Okay, it will take 2-3 minutes. After that, we will install SonarQube plugin. We will provide SonarQube credentials. Then we have to configure SonarQube in tool section as well as system section. Then we will create a pipeline. Then we will write a script. Yesterday also we have done, but we got an error. It is all about authorization issue. It is installing. It will take few minutes. Okay, still it is installing the plugins. Meanwhile, can we have a chart regarding so far Jenkins and SonarQube? If you have any questions, can please ask. It will take time for installing plugins, so that's why we can have it. Sorry, disturbing your class. Started late on Zoom. Sorry, disturbing during class. Okay, Kalyan, no problem. Still, Jenkins is installing plugins. Still, plugins are installing. Why today it is taking this much of time? So have you uploaded yesterday's file in repository? Yesterday's document I haven't uploaded. Today I will upload the document in the GitHub repository. See, testers will do the testing of your application by running the test cases. But why we have to do this code quality of process as a DevOps engineer? You have to know the how many bugs are. See, whenever you deploy any application, the application has bugs. With having bugs, if you deploy any application, it won't work. It will throw some errors. So for suppose if you don't know this issue has came up with bugs or vulnerabilities, okay, the issue is with DevOps methodologies. So you have to try to figure out it. You have to resolve the issue as a DevOps engineer by using the DevOps methodologies. But the actual issue is bugs. How can you know this issue is bug? So that is the reason only you have to check the code quality. If there is no any bugs, if there are no any vulnerabilities, you are good to go to deploy your application in production environment. So that's why you need to, yes, you have to inform to the development team. You need to check the code quality. Just check the intimate or communicate with the development team. So that is your responsible. You are not supposed to do fix those bugs and issues. Okay, now plugins are installed. Now let me go to the Jenkins server. See, provide a username. I'm providing admin as username. Password, you can give whatever you want. It's up to you. Now full name, let me provide my name. Then provide a email ID. Then click on save and continue. Okay, we will have a chart in at the end of the session. Right now, look at the screen. Okay, so what is the first step? You need to install plugin of SonarQube. So for that, you have to go to the Manage Jenkins, go to the plugins, go to the available plugins. Now search for SonarQube Scanner. Only this plugin required. Click on the install. Scroll down. It is installing SonarQube plugin. Okay, that's it. Now go to the Manage Jenkins. So what is the first step you need to do? You have to provide SonarQube token in credentials section. So click on the credentials, click on the system, click on the credentials, global credentials, click on the add credentials. See here, you need to choose kind as secret text. Okay, come to here, copy your SonarQube token. So this is my SonarQube token. Copy, come to your Jenkins server, paste it. So ID better to give sonar-token. You can give whatever you want, no problem. There is no any restrictions. Token, same description also you have to give. Sonar-token. Click on create. That's it. So now you need to configure SonarQube server in tool section. So first let me configure in tool sections. So look for SonarQube installations. Click on here, add SonarQube. Tool name you can give sonar-scanner. Sonar-scanner. That's it. Sonar-scanner. Okay, now sonar-scanner. That's it. Click on apply, save. Now go to the system. Here also you need to look for SonarQube scanner installations. SonarQube installation. Click on add. You can give a name as Sonar for system. Then provide your SonarQube URL. So this is my SonarQube URL. Come to your Jenkins server. Provide it. Remove the extra /. Now choose your SonarQube token. See here it is available. That's it. Now let me cross check. Sonar. Okay, that's it. Apply and save. Now we can enable write a pipeline. So click on the new item. I'm giving a Netflix as a pipeline name. That's it. Please go with the pipeline option. Okay. Now click on OK. Description, if you want, you can write. Don't bother about. Now click on the pipeline. So here you need to choose hello world. Now remove the hello. This is stage name. So we have one stage that is for hello world. So you have to write a stage for GitHub for SonarQube. So now let me write a stage firstly GitHub. So remove the hello. Now type git checkout. So this is for GitHub. That means Jenkins automatically will clone my repository from the GitHub only. Now slowly scroll down, click on the pipeline syntax. It will open new tab. So you need to generate a pipeline script. So choose git colon git. Now let me get my repo URL. This is my repository URL. Come to your Jenkins server, just paste it. Now look for branch. What is your branch? Main is my branch. So same branch only. Here you need to configure. If you give different branch, you will throw error. Jenkins unable to clone your repository. Credentials is not required because of it is public repository. Now generate. So copy this statement, pipeline script statement. Come to your script, just paste it. That's it. So now you need to create a stage for Sonar Cube. So after where you had to exactly create another stage, further you need to count the brackets. So this is 1, this is 2. So that means we have used totally 2 closed brackets, 4. So here I have opened 2 closed brackets. Here also you need to count 1, 2. So after 2 brackets only, you have to create another stage. So type stage, open normal brackets, open single quotations. Just type give a name for your Sonar Cube stage. So Sonar Cube analysis. Sonar Cube analysis. That's it. Now you need to open another closed bracket, curly bracket. Okay, hit the enter. So now type steps. Again open curly braces. Hit the enter. Now you need to generate a script by using the pipeline snippet generator. Yesterday I explained how we can able to generate a pipeline script by using the pipeline snippet generator. So Sonar Cube analysis, that's it. So now come to the pipeline snippet generator. So look for, here you need to look for sample step with Sonar Cube environment. So this is the option. So now choose your credentials of Sonar Cube token. Now click on generate script. So copy this entire script. Come to your pipeline script, paste it. So adjust the bracket, curl braces. Okay, that's it. Now remove the extra this line, /some black. Now come to here. So now you need to write some script manually, sh. So open the sh. sh stands for shell script. We have to use shell script whenever you want to write any pipeline script. Now open 3 quotations, give space, then type $, then type you have to type environment variable of Sonar Cube. What is the environment variable of Sonar Cube? That is all about scanner_home. By using the scanner_home, you can able to configure your environment variable of Sonar Cube. So scanner_ give /, then type bin directory. Then you need to provide your tool name. Inside the tool sections, we have given a name for Sonar Cube. What is that? Sonar-scanner. I will show you later. Sonar-scanner. So then give space. Now go to the Sonar Cube server. Copy this command. So here it is a project key is available. So we need to provide a project key and project name. See, there is a project key. Now you need to provide a project name also. You can use same command, then remove the key, then type name, capital N, name. That's it. So now you can close the brackets, single quotations, 3 single quotations. Because of here I opened 3 single quotations, and also I have ended. I ended with 3 single quotations. So this is how we can able to write a script for Sonar Cube stage. So here also you need to remove the token, because of here you need to provide a name for Sonar Cube, which we have given in system sections. In tool sections, I given Sonar-scanner, but in the system I given Sonar. So that's why I have changed here. So now let me remove the credentials ID also, not required. If you keep credentials ID, it will throw error. So now slowly scroll up. In the beginning, you need to provide Sonar Cube environment variable also. Yesterday I given. So type environment, just type environment, use space, open curly braces, hit the enter, just type in capital letters scanner _ home is equal, then give space, just type tool, which tool name you have given in tool section for Sonar sonar-scanner only I given. If you give different name, it will throw error. So sonar-scanner, that's it. So now you can able to run your pipeline. See, everything is perfect. Now you can run your pipeline. See, I given firstly environment variable, then I have written a stage for git checkout, then I have written a stage for SonarQube analysis. So now let me apply. Yes, I will check. Wrong spelling environment. Yeah, thank you for recognizing environment. Yes. Now it's correct. Environment only, not environmental. That's it. So now let me apply. Let me check any typo mistakes. Sonar-scanner, that's it. Git checkout. Sonar, that's it, correct. Sonar-scanner, that's it, correct. Yeah. Everything's perfect. Steps with, okay, everything is perfect. Now let me apply save. So before running our pipeline, let me cross check the tool name. If the different tool name is different, we will get error. So what is the tool name? Okay, sonar-scan. That's it, correct. Now let me run my pipeline. Go to the dashboard. Go to the dashboard. Click on the Netflix pipeline name. Then click on build now. Let's see what will happen this time. Open the console output. Pipeline is running. Console output will give entire details of your pipeline. What is happening in your pipeline? All these details will be available in console output only. I will give a break. Don't bother about. Just stay a few minutes. Okay, if you want to take a break, you can take. Okay, it will take time to running this. Okay, take a break for 15 minutes. We will continue our session by 8:50. Go for a break. After a break, we will look into Jenkins pipelines. If you want to go for a break, please go for a break, or else you can look at the screen. Yeah, success. Okay. Everyone go for a break. Thank you. Yeah. Hey guys, I hope we come back. Someone can confirm the chat box. Yeah. So now let me continue the session. So let me show you the console output. It got success. See, if you look at my screen. Yeah. Yesterday, I have provided wrong token. So that's why we got an error. See, finished is success. So now where we have to check the code quality, where we have to go to the Sonar Cube only. See, it is showing correct. It is showing. This is my project name Netflix. See, it is showing pass all conditions. See, there are no any bugs, zero bugs, zero vulnerabilities, zero security hotspots, zero depths, zero code smells. So that means now the code is good. You can go to the deployment into the production environment. So this is what you have to understand about as a DevOps engineer. For suppose yesterday we got some bugs, around 33 bugs for Maven based application. So you have to provide this report. You have to communicate this information to the development team only. You are not allowed to fix those bugs, those vulnerabilities. So this is all about SonarQube and Jenkins. So we will discuss about more Jenkins after discussing of Docker and Kubernetes, because of we have to create a complete pipeline for SonarQube, for GitHub, for SonarQube, for Docker, for Kubernetes. That means by using the Jenkins pipeline, we have to automate the entire this application deployment process. Then we have to deploy our application into the Kubernetes cluster, because of in real time your application has to be deployed inside the Kubernetes cluster only. So that is the reason only you have to understand about how can we deploy any application into Kubernetes cluster via the Jenkins pipeline. If you want to understand about that, you have to understand about Docker. So now let me explain what is exactly Docker, why we have to understand about this Docker. So let me share my notepad. Then let me write some notes, some points. What is exactly Docker? So this is all about SonarQube and Jenkins. So let me provide the document in the GitHub repository. Otherwise, I may forget. So in front of you only, let me provide. Where is the, yeah. This is the repository. Let me close this document. Where is the document? Yeah, this is the right one. Then committee objects. Yeah, I have uploaded the document, SonarQube server installations. You can check out the repository. Again, I will share the repository in the chat box. At the end of the session, you can click on it. You can fork into your repository. That's it. So now let me explain what is exactly Docker. See, Docker, in real time, whenever you want, as a DevOps engineer, whenever you want to deploy any application, firstly, you need to test the application. So where you can test the application, firstly, you need to deploy the application into the Docker or container only. So if you want to create any container, if you want to deploy any application inside the container, you should understand about Docker. Without understanding about what is Docker, you cannot create any container. You cannot deploy any application inside the container only, inside the container. So now let me explain what is exactly Docker. See, Docker is nothing but it's a containerization tool. It is a containerization tool. Docker is nothing but it is a containerization tool. It is a containerization tool. What is containerization tool? See, that means your Docker will simplify your application deployment process. So how the Docker will simplify your application deployment process? For suppose there is application. This is my Flipkart application. Let's understand. This is my Flipkart application. Flipkart application. See, every application has some configuration files, right? Every application, what are the things it will contain? Firstly, you need source code. Secondly, you need dependencies. Every application will have dependencies. Every application has some dependencies, and also libraries. Every application has some libraries, and also configuration files also. Every application has some configuration files. So these four are primary requirements, primary prerequisites for any application. Without having the source code, there is no any application. Without having dependencies, there is no any application. Without having libraries and configuration files, there is no any application. So you need to deploy these entire source code and dependencies and libraries and configuration files inside the container only. See, for suppose if you are not using container, it is difficult to deploy or to maintain all these things. See, here I mentioned only four things, but some applications will have multiple things. So how can you manage all these things? It is difficult. So for suppose if you deploy this application, this Flipkart application inside the container only will manage all these things. You don't bother about. But the thing is, you have to create container. So that is the thing you have to know, understand about. So this is the reason only why we are going with container. For suppose, let me show you the one repository. So this is my Flipkart, this is my Netflix application. Where it is. Let me come back. Let me show you my Netflix application. Yeah. So this is my repository. See what are the files are available in this repository. See, Kubernetes folder is available, public folder, source code, SRC. So inside this folder, there is source code. See, my application has all these files. So these all are the source code files. So if you close this, see there is a docker ignore file, .env, env example, git.ignore docker file, readme file, unit.html file, package.json file, ts config JSON file, ts config node.json file, virtual JSON file, void JSON file. See, it is difficult to maintain all these files. So for suppose if you are not using Docker, you deploy your application inside the EC2 instance. Okay, inside the EC2 instance. Unfortunately, someone logged into your account. So someone deleted one file. For suppose they deleted index.html file. So what will happen? Your application will be get down. So finally, users will switch to the another application. So you may lose your customers. So there is a disadvantage if you deploy any application manually or not in container. So for suppose if you deploy your application in a container, you can able to see all these files inside the container. But if someone will log into your server, they can see only your container, but they cannot log in inside your container. It is difficult to log in inside your container. So whenever you want to delete something, you should go to inside the container. Then you have to delete some particular file. Then only it is possible. But for normal people, it is difficult to understand how to enter inside the Docker. So that is inside the container. So that is the reason only we are going with the container Docker. So this is the reason why Docker. So now let me explain what is Docker. See, Docker is nothing but it is a containerization tool. It will simplify your application deployment process. Whatever it may be any kind of application. Don't bother about Docker only. It will simplify your application deployment process. That means Docker is used to simplify our application deployment process. So what is actually Docker? This is the definition. And also Docker will take care of And also Docker will take care of you required dependencies of your application. Required dependencies. Required dependencies and libraries. Required dependencies and libraries of our application. So you don't bother about Docker will take care of all these things. So next, using Docker, we will run our application. We will run our application using Docker. We will run our application as a container. So as a container. So if someone will ask, did you containerize your application? So like that they will ask. So what is meaning by containerized applications? That means if any application got deployed, it has a container is called containerization application. So this is what is Docker. It is a containerization tool which will use to simplify our application deployment process, and also Docker will take care of your required dependencies and libraries of your application. Then by using Docker, we will run our application as a container. Okay, so far we have discussed about what is Docker. So what is container? Because of ultimately your application should be deployed inside the container. So what is a container? So now let me explain what is exactly container. So let me take a heading. This is a container heading. Now let me explain what is exactly container. So container is nothing but the process of packaging our application code. The process of our application code and dependencies as a single unit. As a single unit. So now let me explain what is exactly. It is a process of, what is container? It is a process of packaging our application code plus dependencies plus libraries plus dependencies plus libraries plus any other configuration files. Any other configuration files. Any other configuration files is called any other configuration files. So that means it is a process of packaging our application code, our application dependencies, our application libraries, and any other configuration files as a execution as a single unit. As a single unit. As a single unit. As a single unit and executing as a container. As a container. As a container is called containerization. Is called containerization. So if someone will ask what is exactly container, you should say this definition. It is a process of packaging our application code and dependencies and libraries, any other configuration files as a single unit and executing as a container is called containerization. So this is all about what is exactly Docker, what is exactly container, and also why we have to understand about Docker. For this reason only, it is not manage. It is not possible to manage entire application dependencies, libraries, source code, configuration files. If you deploy your application inside the container, Docker container only will take care of all this management of your application. So don't bother about security issues. So this is all about what is exactly Docker, what is exactly container. So now you have to understand about how to install Docker, how to create a container. So how to create a Docker image, how to create what is Docker registry. See, if you want to understand about all these things, you should understand about Docker architecture. So let me explain what is Docker architecture with a flowchart. So let me take one flowchart, then I will explain how we can able to understand about Docker architecture. So take a black diagram. See, let me look at the screen. You can take any Okay. Whenever you want to deploy any application in a container level, there is a process available. You should follow the Docker architecture only. I will explain Git architecture. So working directory, staging area, local repository, remote repository. Whenever you want to store any application in GitHub repository, you must need to pass all these stages. Then only the source code will be pushed, will be stored into GitHub repository. So similarly, in Docker also, whenever you want to deploy any application, you should understand about the Docker architecture. Then only it is easy to deploy any application. So first, let me take one Docker architecture. So firstly, you should understand about Docker file. Docker file. Okay, I will explain what is exactly Docker file. So firstly, you need to write a Docker file. So once you have written the Docker file, then you need to create one Docker image. You need to create one Docker, you need to build a Docker image by using the Docker file only. So let me take color also. This is all about Docker image. Okay, see, by using the Docker file, you can build Docker image. Okay, okay, once you build Docker image, the image will be available on your server. For suppose, if your server terminated, so how can you get it back, your Docker image? You should lost your Docker image. If someone will delete your Docker image by default, by mistakenly, or else if someone will terminate your EC2 instance, see, automatically your Docker image will be deleted. So how can you get it back? So for avoiding this disadvantage, Docker is offering another feature that is all about Docker registry. It is like a GitHub repository. See, what is GitHub repository? Where you can able to store all our source code. So if your source code is not available in your local server, no problem. Your source code is available on GitHub repository, remote repository. Similarly, whenever you build in Docker image, once you build a Docker image, you should store your Docker image into Docker registry. Docker registry is nothing but where you can able to store all our Docker images. So that is all about Docker registry. Docker registry or Docker hub, both are same. You can call Docker registry and Docker hub. Okay, once you store your Docker image, then you have to create a container. Then you have to create a container. Then you have to create a container. So you should go to the container. So let me add some color. Finally, you should deploy your application in a container. So this is all about Docker architecture. So firstly, you need Docker file. Then you can build a Docker. You should build Docker image. Then you should store your Docker image into Docker registry. Then you have to deploy your application inside the Docker container only. So for suppose, if you are not having Docker file, you are not allowed, you cannot create, you cannot build any Docker image. So that is the reason only you should understand about what is exactly Docker. For suppose, if you are not having Docker image, you cannot store your Docker image inside the Docker registry. For suppose, if you are not having Docker image, you cannot create any container. So there is a interrelation between Docker file, Docker image, Docker registry, the container. So our ultimate goal is, let me take freehand. See, our ultimate goal is you should deploy your application inside the container. So how you can able to create container? You should need a Docker registry. You should make available your application inside the Docker registry. So how can you store your Docker image? By using the Docker file only. So how can you build Docker image? By using the Docker file only. For suppose, if you don't have Docker file, you cannot create any Docker image. For suppose, if you don't have Docker image, you cannot store your Docker image into Docker registry. For suppose, if your image is not available in Docker registry, you cannot create any container. So this is the interrelation between Docker file, Docker image, Docker registry. So now let me explain how we can able to install Docker. So firstly, you need to understand about how we can able to install Docker. So first, I'm going with the SonarCube server only. Okay, I can we will use same server. Don't bother about it. So let me execute. Let me exit. Okay. So firstly, you need to understand about how to install Docker. So before installing Docker, you should cross-check whether Docker is available or not on your server. Okay, better to go with the Jenkins server because of SonarCube is running on Amazon Linux operating system. So better to go with Jenkins because of Jenkins is using Ubuntu operating system. So let me clear. See now I have to install Docker. I want to work on Docker. I have to install Docker. So how can we install? Let me explain. Go to the Google, open new browser, new tab. Just type install Docker on Ubuntu. You should you should specify your operating system. It may be Amazon Linux, it may be Ubuntu, Red Hat OS, Windows, Mac OS, whatever it may be. You should specify your operating system. So install Docker. So click on the first link. Install Docker engine or Ubuntu. So slowly scroll down. Slowly scroll down. Okay, let me explain. Let me show you one thing. See, for every tool, there is an official document. If you want to learn more about Docker, just type Docker docs. Hit the enter. So click on the Docker docs. So this is official website. Come back. Get started. Click on the get started. See what is Docker? Click on the what is Docker. See, Docker is a open source platform for developing, for shipping and running your application. So Docker enables you to separate your applications from your infrastructure, so you can deliver software quickly. So with Docker, you can manage your infrastructure in the same ways you manage your applications. So by taking advantage of Docker's methodologies for shipping application, for testing application, for deploying the code. So you can significantly reduce the delay between the writing the code and running it to production. So this is all about what is exactly Docker. So Docker platform, what can I use Docker for? See all these things you can able to understand. So this is the Docker architecture. See the client, Docker host, registry. See who is your client? See client is our only. Client is who is going to running these commands. See whoever executing the commands, that person is called client. See once you execute any command, where it will goes Docker daemon. See Docker daemon is nothing but Docker daemon listens for Docker API request, managing Docker objects such as images, such as containers, such as networks and volumes. That means whenever you execute any command, the first request will go to the Docker daemon only. Docker daemon is nothing but it is a background running server. Okay, then it will go to the images, then it will go to the containers. So now you can able to store your image inside the Docker registry. See, this is the registry images, Nginx, DB, whatever it may be, extensions, plugins. So you can able to store your Docker images inside the Docker registry only. So client, Docker host, registry. So now let me come back how to install Docker. So click on the first link, you will get like this. Slowly scroll down. You should understand about OS requirements. See, to install Docker engine, you need 64-bit version of one of these Ubuntu versions. Already I have created my operating system Ubuntu as 64-bit. Don't bother about. So we have this requirement. Now slowly scroll down, scroll down, scroll down. Installation methods. So look for installation methods. Slowly scroll down, scroll down. See, firstly, you need to set up a Docker's apt repository. So how can you set up a Docker apt repository? By copying or by executing all these commands. Okay, click on here for copying. I copied all commands. Come to the Jenkins server, just paste it. See, not only Jenkins servers, you can take any EC2 servers. Okay, hit the enter. Okay, that's it. Now go to the official document. Slowly scroll. See, we have set up Docker's apt repository. Now you need to install Docker packages. So how can you install Docker packages? You should use this command. Copy this command, come to the Jenkins server or your Docker server, enter. See, it will ask, do you want to continue? Type Y, hit the enter. Yeah, it is installing. That's it. So now you need to cross check whether your Docker is installed or not. How can you cross check? What is the command? You have to check the version. If the version is visible, that means Docker is installed. If not, Docker is not installed. How can we check the Docker version? What is the command? Docker space ---- version. Hit the enter. See, now we can able to see Docker version 28.1.1. This is our build number. So now you have to understand about what is Docker file. So we have a server. On top of the server, I have installed Docker. So now you need to understand about what is Docker file. Because of the Docker architecture is beginning with the Docker file only. So that is the reason only you should understand about the Docker file. What is Docker file? So let me explain. Docker file is nothing but, if you go to the official document, just type Docker file docs. You can go to the Docker file reference. See, what is the definition of Docker reference? Docker file. See, Docker file is nothing but it is a set of instructions. See, Docker can build images automatically by reading the instructions. That means you have to write instructions for a Docker file for your application. Okay, what is the instructions? A Docker file is a text document. That means what is the text? For suppose, if you want to chat with someone, you should write some text, right? So similarly, whenever you want to deploy any application inside the container, firstly, you should write a Docker file. Okay, the Docker file is nothing but it is a it is a set of instructions and it is a text document. Okay, that is all about the Docker file. So what are the instructions we have? See, we have around 20 instructions. So add is one instruction, or arg is one instruction, cmd, copy, entry point, env, expose, from, health check, labels, maintainer, on build, run, shell, stop signal, user, volume, over directory. See, these all are the instructions in Docker file. By using these instructions only, we can able to write a Docker file. Then only you can able to install your then only you can able to download, or then only you can able to build a Docker image. Without having Docker file, you cannot build any Docker image. So now let me explain necessary instructions. Now we are not going to discussing all these instructions. Now I'm going to explaining necessary instructions. So what are the first instruction you have to understand about as a DevOps engineer whenever you want to write any Docker file? See, first instruction is from. Remember, whenever you are going to writing any Docker file, instructions should be in uppercase letters only, capitals only. You should not use lowercase letters whenever you are writing Docker file by using the instructions. So from instructions, see what is exactly from instructions. So let me explain. It is used to specify the base image required for your application. See, whenever you want to deploy any application, you should choose one platform, right? So that is the reason only we need to understand about from instruction. It is used to specify. It is used to specify base image required for our application. So let me explain how we can able to write a base image for our application. So firstly, you need to write a from instruction, then give one space. For suppose there is a Python application. How can you define a base image for the Python application? Just type Python latest. For suppose if you want to use some version, you can use Python latest for suppose 3.1.1. So like that. For suppose now let me explain. For suppose there is a Java application. So how can you specify OpenJDK some version? If you have version, you can specify the version. So this is for OpenJDK. For the Java application, for suppose Node.js application, how can you specify Node.js application? Node space latest. So for suppose if you want to use Ubuntu as a base image, Ubuntu, just type Ubuntu as latest. So this is the how we can able to use this from instructions. See, the Docker file should begin with from instructions only. Let me explain that one also. Docker file should begin with from instruction only. From instruction. So that is all about what is Docker file. So we have discussed the first instructions. So what is the second instruction? Let me explain. Second instructions is maintainer. So you should type maintain all instructions inside in lowercase letters only. You should not use. See, you should use uppercase letters only. You should not use lowercase letters. So maintainer. See, who is maintainer? That means the maintainer is used to specify author of Docker file. So who is author of this Docker file? So this Docker file belongs to whom? So how can you specify? How can you tell the author name? Who is the owner of this Docker file? So if you want to specify any the author of this Docker file, you should use maintainer instructions. So that is all about maintainer. So for suppose, let me write here. It is used to specify. It is used to specify author of Docker file. It is used to specify author of Docker file. So now let me explain how we can able to specify author into the Docker file. Just type maintainer, then give one space, then you need to mention the author email ID. So for suppose my email ID is muralisocial123@gmail.com. So like that you can able to specify the author or the Docker file author mail ID. So this is all about maintainer instructions. So now we should understand about another instructions. So let me explain another instructions also. So that is all about copy instructions. So what is exactly copy instructions? Why we will use this copy instructions? See, it is used to copy the files from host mission to container mission. It is used to copy our application files or source code or dependencies or libraries, whatever it may be. So it will copy all your application source code, files, dependencies, libraries from host mission from host mission to container mission. See, what is our host mission? What is our container mission? So let me explain the difference. See, this is now I'm here. See, I'm using a EC2 instance. See, inside the EC2 instance, I have installed Docker. See, here I clone my repository. My application source code is available here. So now let me explain. Your EC2 instance will be act as a host mission. So from your host mission, you need to copy all your application files to where container mission. That means you are going to deploying your application inside the container only. So that is the reason only you should understand about copy instructions. So how can we use the copy instructions in Docker file? Just type copy in capitals, then give space. Then you should specify source code path. Where is your source code is available? Then you should specify destination path. That means where you want to copy all these files. So that is all about copy instructions. So how can we use this copy instructions? So let me explain. For suppose there is a target folder. Inside the target folder, there is a war file is available. So this is my war file. So now I want to copy this file into this location, var www.html. So now I want to copy from this location to this location. So this copy instructions will help to copy from here to here. So that is all about copy instructions. So now let me explain another instructions. So another very important, that is all about run. See, what is run instructions? See, run instruction is nothing but it is used to execute instructions while creating the Docker image. See, you should use some commands. You should execute that commands while creating the Docker image. So who will execute these commands? Docker file only will execute that commands. But you have to tell to Docker file, hey Docker file, I have to execute some commands for my application. Here I am providing some my required commands for my application. Please try to execute these commands while creating the Docker image. So how can you specify in Docker file by executing any commands while creating Docker image? You should use run instructions only. See, it is used to specify or it is used to specify to execute commands to execute instructions or commands to execute instructions or commands while creating the Docker image. So it is used while creating the Docker image. So now let me explain how we can able to specify the Docker commands. For suppose I want to update my operating system. See, just now I updated one of my operating system. How we can update? So what is the command? Apt update -y. For suppose I want to install Apache Tomcat. So apt install Apache 2-y. For suppose if you want to install Docker, apt install Docker -y. For suppose if you want to install Git, apt install Git -y. So like this, you can able to use this run command, run instructions whenever you want to execute any command while. So what image are we talking about? JPG, PNG, etc. or something else in the from instructions. See, this is not about JPG, PNG. It is all about different image. I will explain. Don't bother about it. It is not it is not all about our images. Okay, not JPG, PNG. So this is all about run instructions. So for some, okay. Now let me explain another instructions. You should understand about CMD command, CMD instructions. So next one is CMD. See what is exactly CMD instructions. See, CMD is nothing but it is used to execute commands while creating the container. See, there are some commands. Some command should be executed while creating the Docker image. Some commands should be executed while creating the Docker container. So both commands you should specify inside the Docker file. Here Docker file. Here I am providing two type of commands or instructions. Please execute one instruction or one command while creating the Docker image, and please execute another command while creating the Docker container. So how can you specify this difference to the Docker file? Whenever you want to execute any command while creating the Docker image, you should use run instructions. For suppose, whenever you want to execute any command while creating the Docker container, so for that you should use CMD instructions. So this is all about the CMD instructions. So let me write definition. It is used to execute commands or instructions it is used to execute commands or instructions while creating the container only. So who will tell this? The Docker file only will execute these commands, but you have to communicate the Docker file. How can you communicate? How can you inform? How can you specify that to your Docker file? By using the instructions only, because of Docker file will support instructions. So now let me execute. Let me write some examples of CMD instructions. For suppose I want to execute some command for while creating the container. So just type for suppose I want to execute for suppose let me take so there is a Node.js application. Now I want to tell this Docker file while creating the container, you have to start my Node.js application. So how can you start your Node.js application? That is all about open the closed brackets, then open a double quotation, then type node, close the quotations, give mention comma, give space, again open, just type server.js. See why here I mentioned server.js? Because of usually Node.js applications source code will be available inside the server.js file only. So that's why here I mentioned. So like that you can able to execute this command. Okay, node is a command. This is the source code file. So this command will help to run your application. So the CMD will execute this command while creating the container, because of your application source code is available here only. So that is the reason only you should understand about CMD instructions. So this is all about CMD instructions. If some more instructions are available, we will discuss tomorrow. Okay. So far, if you have any questions, you can ask. See, today we have discussed how to create a pipeline for SonarQube inside the Jenkins CI/CD pipeline. How you can able to check the code quality via the pipeline. All these things we have discussed, and also we have discussed what is Docker, what is container, why we have to understand about this Docker, then what is Docker file, and also we have discussed about Docker architecture. So what is a Docker architecture? Docker file, Docker image, Docker registry, container. And also we have discussed about some instructions, from instructions, maintain instructions, copy instructions, run instructions, CMD instructions. So far, if you have any questions, please you can ask. I will help you. Attendant link, attendance link. Wait, I will send you the attendance link. Oh, Susmita, are you there? Can you send the attendance link again in the chat box?
Yeah, sure, sir. I've already sent. I'm sharing it once again.
Okay. Run is used for image, CMD is used for content, while both are used for command or instructions. See, because of it is required to update your operating system. So how can you update your operating system? By using Docker file, you should use run command only. But some commands has to be executed while creating the Docker container only. So how can you execute CMD instructions only? So that is the reason you should use both run and CMD instructions. What is image? See, image is nothing but it will contain your application libraries and source code dependencies. Is all about image. See, not operating system. It is completely different. Don't think about operating system. Image is nothing but which is contain your application source code, libraries, dependencies. Is all about Docker image. Tomorrow we will discuss more about Docker image. Don't bother about. Today we have discussed up to Docker file only. Sir, you asked what if you lose Docker image before hub, then we can rebuild as well. Yes, sir. If you have Docker file, you can build Docker image again, no problem. Still have any questions, please? Tomorrow we are going discussing about complete Docker. Because of Docker will take more time. There are some necessary topics are there. We have discussed about Docker. Docker and Kubernetes are very important in DevOps context. Okay, kindly give attendance and feedback. The link is available in the chat box. Okay. But Jenkins SonarQube is quite difficult. No problem. You can go with your recorded videos, try to note down the steps, then try to execute by yourself. If you have any issues, tomorrow you can let me know. I will help you. Jenkins is a CI/CD tool. SonarQube is a code check quality tool. Both are open source platforms. You don't need to pay anything. We are going to working on Jenkins in coming classes also. Don't bother about. We will work. We have to create a pipeline for Docker. We have to create a pipeline for Kubernetes also. So there again we will use Jenkins. We will create a pipeline for Jenkins for Docker and Kubernetes. If you have any difficulties, no problem. Sir, for any query, how will we contact you after the course? We will discuss at the end of the day. Don't bother. I will give my mail ID. You can contact through my mail ID if you have any questions regarding the course. Yes. Social 123. Oh, that is my mail. Murli Social 123 is my mail. Okay, guys. See you in tomorrow's class. Take care. Bye. Good night.
Yeah, thank you, sir. We'll meet again by tomorrow. Thank you. Thank you, students. We'll wind up for the day. Thank you all.